Hi, everybody. So we just got some information coming in that Diddy's bail was denied. I know a lot of people are shocked because there's a lot going on. So we're waiting for Perry to come in. He will join us. Literally, my hair is wet because I was getting ready to go on in an hour for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm glad that it's denied. Really glad that it's denied because I almost freaked out the other day. You guys were listening to me. I don't know where Perry is. Let me start reading this then because I'm supposed to be waiting for him to come. I'm so happy. Perry, my hair is wet. Can you read it from your
Yeah,
phone?
yeah. Hold on, give me
Okay. Yeah, I can't find, I know I had
it.
a thing ready to go. I don't know where it is.
Uh-huh.
Remember you told me to make the thumbnail. How did you know it was coming in tonight right before Thanksgiving?
Well, I just had a feeling that the way the judge was talking on Friday,
Mhm.
I assume, and I know to the one person who commented, "Will you give me an apology if you don't come home?" Yeah, I apologize for thinking he would be home, be
I
released.
don't,
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying, I keep.
because something must have went wrong. They were all down to release him. That's why I want you to read the article real quick
Okay,
so
yeah,
we can talk about it.
okay. But basically, what it's saying is, Diddy bail requested denied. Can't ensure safety of community. Diddy is staying behind bars after judge just ruled in his bail is denied because conditions can ensure no conditions can ensure the safety of the community. In his de- decision filed Wednesday, the judge in the case wrote, "There is no serious risk of there is a serious risk of witness tampering and direct evidence of Cohn's violations, pointing to the infamous 2016 video of Diddy beating Cassie and subsequent text messages with her. In text included the included in the judge's decision, Cassie wrote to Diddy about her injuries, adding he was sick for thinking it's okay to do what you have done.
That's
The
what the
judge,
judge said.
well, the judge is referring to the text,
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember.
yeah,
I
that
remember.
Cassie wrote. The
Okay.
judge is also citing evidence that Diddy violated rules about communication behind bars, including paying other inmates to use their phone access code numbers to make calls to people not on his approved
Oh,
contact list.
they're saying they can't hear you, and that it's going in and out.
Well,
Let me read it, Perry. I'm trying to get this thumbnail
okay,
together really quick.
do, do you see it?
Yeah, it's on TMZ. Let me read this really quickly. I need this thumbnail to go out though. Hold on.
Okay, I'll check that and see.
Read it, Perry, and then I'll read it again.
Okay,
Hold on.
oh, okay. I don't got off of it. I thought they couldn't hear me. Hold on.
I'm not even on that screen anymore. I just got to make this really
You
quick.
saying basically
Okay.
start back over
Yeah,
or what? Hmm?
yeah, yeah. Start over.
Okay. Okay. Look, I hope everybody can hear me. Diddy is staying behind bars after a judge ruled his bail is denied because no conditions can ensure the safety of the community. In his decision filed Wednesday, the judge in the case wrote, "There is a serious risk of witness tampering and direct evidence violence pointing to the infamous 2016 video Diddy beating Cassie and subsequent text messages with her. In the text included the judge's decision. Cassie wrote to Diddy about her injuries, adding he was sick of thinking it's okay to do what you are done. The judge is also citing evidence that Diddy violated rules about communication behind bars, including paying other inmates to use their phone access code numbers
Yeah.
to make calls to people not on his approved list.
Damn. Hold on. So that's what did him in. Okay. So hold on, you guys. Let me trying to get this thumbnail out as fast as I can.
Okay, you want me to keep reading? Or are you good?
Yeah. Oh, keep going. Yeah.
Okay. As we reported, Diddy was in federal court last week fighting to get out of prison on a $50 million bond after he was charged with racketeering, S trafficking, and other serious offenses. The judge adds there is compelling evidence of Cohn's propensity for violence. Another reason to keep him locked up, meaning that he know he on a while. Well, and that's pretty
So
much all they. That's pretty
what
much
they're
all they.
we're having bad. Listen, you guys. We didn't want to come on today because we have a bad signal, but we have to talk about this case. It sounds like the judge ruled with his heart and did the right thing, in my opinion. Now, let's talk about how political this shit is getting behind the scenes with the Southern District of New York. There, I got it. All right. Let me go to the article. Hold on. We all know that Donald Trump is doing a cleansing, if you will, of the Southern District because he's mad at them because they convicted him for his. I believe I can't remember his victim's name. I know his first name is Carol, and so they basically the guy in charge, Damian Williams, stepped down. They're going to replace him. They're going to replace a lot of people
Mhm.
in that office. So we heard on Friday that Donald Trump made some calls and they were going to get Diddy out on bail. And one of the things I said was, if he doesn't give in to that pressure, how's that going to look for his new boss, who wants Donald wants that office Republican. He wants it Republican, but it sounds like what's his name, Subramanian. He's a new judge. Went with his heart and did the right thing. Because if you were here on Friday, I was livid that they were going to let him out. I don't believe, and I know a lot of people in the chat has a different opinion. I don't believe he should be out. But people are saying, hey, if you're going to let Jeffries out,
Right.
why in the hell didn't they let Diddy out? Jeffries also kind of threatened other witnesses, but not like Diddy.
Mhm.
I really believe from the bottom of my heart that he's cutting up acting a fool in jail.
Yeah.
It's no telling. Well, that's just how I feel. It's no telling what he would do outside.
Mm-hmm.
He broke all kind of rules and everything. I thought he was in isolation. What they call it, administration segregation. He appears to be among the general population. I just feel like this was the right decision. Now, will the judge regret this decision, Perry?
No.
Because the politics that's going on in the office.
Well, look.
Yeah, no.
He might not regret it. Like, he looked at the case thoroughly, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gave, in my opinion, Diddy the benefit of the doubt. Other judges had denied him.
Mm-hmm.
He at least went a little further to check out where would you be staying. Went over the case to see, do I feel like he could be a threat to anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess at the end of the day, he came to the conclusion that he could be from his previous behaviors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he'll regret it. That, now later down the road, if, consequences come down, because if he's a federal judge, that's a lifetime position, so he might be okay. The
Right,
judge. So
right. Let's see.
he's fine. So he might not get, fired, right? But
Hmm.
I don't think he'll regret it. I think he's probably a little torn because now people will say, well, hey, how did the white man get out for 10 million, Jeffrey? And that was sort of my point too. But I don't think neither one should be out. Let's make it very clear. Let's keep the standards close to the same. But Diddy do represent danger to the community
Hmm.
if he's out there just from his behavior alone,
Hmm.
calling people, trying to pay off people, witness intimidation, stuff like that.
Hmm.
So the case is where it's at. I mean, Diddy probably where he need to be. And I was under the impression because the judge, to me, how he was sounding, like he was leaning towards letting them out.
He
And I
definitely
know,
was leaning towards letting him out.
like, and when I apologized to that one person, but maybe I shouldn't apologize. I
Who is
apologize.
who is this
Right.
person you're apologizing to?
I don't know. What some comment person said, well, if I don't think he gonna get out, I said, well, I don't know. It just feel like he's leaning towards it. But maybe I shouldn't apologize. It's to the same point, just saying, I'm just telling you what I feel like the judge could be leaning towards.
Hmm.
But so I do take the apology back. I just had to
Hmm.
make that clear for the record because I can have my opinion if I feel like that's is what's happening, and I'm telling you what my feeling is,
Hmm.
respect it or not. That's just
Hmm.
what it is. But and I
Oh,
said
wow,
the
my
same,
phone is blowing up. Oh my God. Let me see
and
what
I
they're
feel like he
saying.
should have stayed in. You know what I mean? Like Diddy shouldn't have been getting out, but maybe Jeffrey's neither. But that's another topic for a different day.
You guys are really opinionated. You're saying Jeffries is a lot older than Diddy. There's no video of Jeffries beating. Yeah, this is true. A woman and tampering with witnesses. I think that was the final straw. But so also, so the judge requested. Did he go to the place where he was supposed
Yes,
to stay?
he sent people out to that his place in Manhattan, Upper Manhattan or whatever it was, right? He sent
Mhm,
people out to take footage of it and
mhm,
all that stuff. I'm not sure if the judge went himself. I think he sent people out to see that, and then he probably wanted to see how it was located. Is he around others? Is it a safe spot? Could he be housed there with no threat of him hurting the community? And I guess he probably figured it was too congested, too much stuff. It's too many ways he could probably do some things.
That means he did give it a lot of consideration. If he sent people out there to look at the damn
The
place where
house,
he was, yeah, that's a serious judge. I'm liking this judge. He seems fair. I worry about this judge. I'm not going to stop talking about how the office is changing.
mhm.
Um, and like I said before, it doesn't mean since it's going to be under Republican rule now that they're going to be bad, but it's a changing of the guard. I wonder if that's going to throw everything off. Well, no, I like this judge. Let's just stick with this judge. Let him do what he's going to do, and it is what it is. Let me see
Right
if
now, what I feel that
Sarah,
could be
take a couple calls because this chat is going crazy.
okay.
Okay.
And what I feel that what could be throwing it off
Mm-hmm.
is that when Damian Williams resigned on December 13th,
Mm-hmm.
he gonna have a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the replacement is coming from Trump.
Right.
He gonna have somebody to take over that.
I just think that too, though. What Diddy did was so bad
Mhm.
that
We
nobody would oppose, huh?
right. I got you. You basically saying whoever get appointed to that job, they
Mhm.
ain't gonna mishandle this because Diddy did something so bad. But for me, I just can't trust the justice system like that.
You still don't?
Well, I don't when you can have a felon as a president, but that's a different topic. I mean, I'm just
Fair,
saying,
fair.
yeah.
Uh, the tea lady says, Judge appears to have thought long and hard. You could really
Mhm.
tell that he took his time with this, but you kept saying he's going to come with the verdict tonight. How did you know that?
I just felt like the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving, either you gonna let him go or you gonna come and say he's not. Like, because if you studying this thing, more than likely he's off on Friday. He probably if Thanksgiving probably got a 4-day weekend to judge.
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and do this. And if I'm holding a man that I think should be released, why let him out the day after Thanksgiving when I can let him be home for Thanksgiving?
Mhm.
So if I choose to let him out, right? So I just felt that it would come today.
Agnes, you say every new president appoints their own people. This is
Right.
very, very true. Do you think that the new people that will take office will have the same what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even want to say emotion. Diddy needs to be behind bars. Will they have that same compassion when you're coming in to a case that's already been had other people assigned to it? It's probably been about 3 judges. It was Carter. It People keep changing. Can we still run a good campaign? I mean, can we still make sure that Diddy stays behind bars for the rest of his life? Do you see that happening? I hope he does. I think that judge knows more than the public knows about the feds. I
Probably.
think so too. Now I'm loving this new judge, by the way. Some people say they want death penalty for Diddy.
Mm,
Oh, oh,
yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah,
the death penalty. I'm gonna answer it. It's a very, you know, emotional question. And I let you guys talk and I have to speak my truth. I feel really bad, but I am a firm believer in the death penalty. I know people don't want to hear that. Sherelle, black people, innocent black people get killed all the time. I have 2 uncles that are lifers. I just think, I hope I don't regret this. I'm being honest with you guys. Don't judge me for my feelings. Some people do stuff that's so damn bad
hmm
that they don't deserve to be. And they don't deserve to be with the rest of us. That's horrible, especially when it's a subject so close to my family. I just believe in the death penalty. I'm sorry, guys. Perry, state your case. Do you believe in it? Because I know my
Well,
family,
I think,
they would.
I do under certain circumstances.
Mhm,
If you clearly know who did it and it got to be heinous, right? Like,
mhm,
but for them to come and say, well, like Diddy should get that.
mhm,
Let's go to court. Now, if he's getting charged with and somebody and stuff like that,
mhm,
maybe we can revisit that part of it.
mhm,
But and not saying the things that he's alleged to have done is
mhm,
lesser than and somebody, because when you mentally affect somebody by graping them and doing things like that, it can have a lifelong effect, right? So, but I see a lot of people who don't went to prison for that who didn't get the death penalty for those things. So I think you get to put the the time with the crime. Now, unless the shit elevates to where he don't took people out and you can prove it, then you go back and revisit that part.
I feel so bad saying it because my family is a firm believer. No death penalty. No death. Everybody in my family says no death penalty. I don't know why I'm different. I just feel
Well, no, I
different.
mean, I think in certain cases, you don't even want to jeopardize this person. You know, some people can do shit so bad that it's no rehabbing from.
Well, for
So,
me, one of the things that are so bad is children. I'm a mother.
right.
So Diddy is being accused of being with minors. That's
Okay.
when I draw the line.
Right. And I get that too, right? But then I don't know. I mean, because I guess I go back. Some cases can make it seem like this person did this, unless you can prove all that without a doubt. But I think when you get to those cases, when you talk about the D penalty, I think that you got to maybe look at it and say, hey, life without no chance of parole.
And people say that. So a lot of African Americans say no death penalty because they say a lot of innocent people,
Have been,
mostly, yeah,
yeah,
lose their life from
claims and
false what's it called? Like false
charges.
imprisonments.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a lot of people especially black people, get charged, falsely charged. That's what it's called. And I believe that too.
So that's what I'm saying.
But
Like certain things, if you know without a doubt, this person definitely did it. You got them on tape. You got everything, and it's so heinous. Then yes. Now, and I not to mind the charges that he's been alleged of with SAN people. That is a serious thing. Not to look over that, but Emmon, a person, is up there. But I think even if you even think about putting a person on the DP penalty, right?
mhm.
That giving them life with no chance of parole, I think, does the job. Saying you would never be released.
Let me tell you something, Perry.
Hmm?
Let me read this really quick. Yes,
Okay.
Sherelle, but the problem is we end up like the Green Mile is the problem. So a lot of black people say it's only black people that get falsely imprisoned, mostly, and they don't even take the time to evaluate the case. If you get labeled death, the DP,
Mm-hmm.
then that's just what it is. And I get that too. But this is the point of view I'm coming from. If something ever happened to my children or my grandchildren, there would be nothing you could say to me that will give me solace. There is nothing you can say to me to make me forgive that person. Perry, can you go on for a minute?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I understand what Sherelle's saying, and I get it. Like certain things that people can do to you that you like, hell, you hell bent on. If you took mine, you got to go. If you did something so bad, you got to go. I understand it, but I also think life imprisonment with no chance of parole still sort of accomplish that same thing. And I know you might say, well, hey, certain things happen. My friend or whoever is no longer breathing. Why should this person have that
Okay,
right?
you guys, I didn't hit a nerve. I didn't hit a nerve. A lot of people don't believe in the DP. And I just, I agree. All the reasons that you guys are saying, I agree. But I can't help feeling the way that I feel. And when I look at cases, I'm a mother. I'm gonna always look at it through a mother's eyes. Just because nothing has happened to my kids like this, I don't have to have it happen to me to feel that mother's pain. I didn't hit a nerve. I didn't mean to hit a nerve. I didn't hit a nerve, okay? If he would stop harassing witnesses, he could get out on bail. Child, that's another thing. That is another thing.
If you got a person who can't control their actions, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like certain people you can't let out on bail because they gonna go ham. And especially like a person that know they could be guilty if they don't fix the problem outside, like
Mhm.
they'll do anything. If,
And
if if he stay in jail right now and can't get to the witnesses and know he gonna be found guilty, when he get out, he's still thinking, "Hey, I got to go ahead and fix this problem. When I go back to jail, it'll be for life." You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking maybe he could be that big of a threat.
let me say this, since people are upset because I believe in DP. I believe that everybody on this planet has problems. Everybody.
Hmm.
Everybody got a story
Hmm.
and everybody got a reason for doing what they do. I also believe that God gives you a chance to straighten out that problem. It's your responsibility to straighten it out,
Yeah.
right? This
Hmm.
this this how I'm explaining myself, and I hope people will understand. So if I had a bad childhood, and we all can in a certain way, my mom didn't love me enough, I was kicked out, we all have a story, but it's your responsibility to straighten yourself out. We all get a chance to do right. The difference between me and a career criminal is when that opportunity presents itself for you, you take the "nah, I'm cool" route, and you don't fix yourself. When you don't fix yourself, you hurt other people, children, adults. You hurt other people. Everybody pays the price around you for you being a messed up person and not being responsible enough to help yourself change.
Yeah.
I don't know. We live in America. We must respect our differences and opinions. Welcome to the real world. Thank you, AW. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all convicted and tried Diddy. I thought you are innocent until proven guilty. People could be lying, freaking with consenting adults. I think he deserves bail. Okay,
Well,
you are. Okay, go. You go
okay.
first.
Okay, look, we have an opinion like you do, because obviously you feel that he's innocent. It sounds like it. And I can feel like he's guilty, but those only opinions. We're not on the jury. So we haven't convicted no one. But at the same
No,
time,
no. That's not what she's saying. She's saying that in our head, we already convicted Diddy, and we're acting like he's guilty, not giving him a fair chance. Is she right? Yes or no?
okay, I feel like this. I say every man deserves his day in court. I'm just saying, from the things I know from the outside, I feel that he is guilty, right? But that's an opinion. I don't have the facts, all the facts to say he is or he isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not on the jury, is what I'm saying. So, and I ain't hit the gavel and said you're guilty without weighing out the evidence. But sometimes I feel like you have to make some type of judgment. So people would think, oh, well, you know, you said that you shouldn't go down that dark alley and you was wrong. Nothing would have happened, but something could have happened. It's like a judgment call. Sometime in life, you have to have one. So, yes, I'm not going to deny. I feel like, yeah, he's guilty now of a lot of things, right? Now, I think when people can get the shit twisted, you get all these little freaks running around the internet claiming this, claiming that this did to them. I'm not saying that part, that although people are telling the truth, I know it's going to be a whole bunch of trolls and things like that that's trying to get the, like cash out on Diddy. But I don't feel like when they say y'all convicted and tried Diddy, no, I got an opinion on the things I've heard so far, and I made a judgment call, and it sounds like you have too. And your judgment call is, hey, I don't believe none of this shit until he's convicted. And that's a fine way to be. And to have an opinion, it's fine for me to have one. Go ahead, Shreya.
I agree with you, Zelma. We have already tried and convicted Diddy in the court of public opinion. And that's the problem with humans. We're flawed. I'm not going to lie to you. I have already convicted this man and is waiting on sentencing. I can't help it.
Okay.
I try to be fair. I try to be neutral. I'm just not good at it. And I'm glad I'm not on the jury. I do not. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not good at it. I've convicted him in my head already, and I'm admitting it. I would want the DP if someone essayed and dragged my kids. Yes, I'm with when you're right, Sherelle, where mama bears. I mean, I have to look at everything. That's just my lens. I'm going to look at everything through a mother's eyes. Perry's going to look at everything through a man's eyes. And so it's just sad. Oh, let me read it again. Someone asked me to read it again. Hold on. Let me read it again. Yes. It's on TMZ. Hold on. Okay. Let me just bring this out. Child, Diddy messed up so bad. And I really believe that everybody gets second chances in life. I just do. By the time people usually get caught stealing something, that ain't their first time doing it. Like, people do things a long time before they get caught. The free calls went back way to the 90s. He had plenty of opportunities to stop whenever the hell he wanted to. He did not. He got off on the free calls. Both powerfully and then he got to be as freaky as he want. Like, Diddy, you are a cautionary tale. Okay. Oh, okay. This is what it says. Diddy bail requested denied. Can't assure safety of community. I love this judge. It says Diddy is staying behind bars after a judge just ruled his bail is denied because no conditions can assure the safety of the community. And also, Perry heard that the judge sent people out to the place that he was supposed to stay with the ankle monitor. And I'm thinking he's thinking, there's too many escape routes here. That's what he's saying. Or there's just too much, it's just not safe enough for the community. And also, he rejected his house in Miami or any other state. He was considering here in in New York, there in New York.
Manhattan.
In his decision filed Wednesday, the judge in the case wrote, there is a serious risk of witness tampering. He just could not let that go. I'm going to release you to bail, and you have a list of rules that you have broke. You can't even stay in jail without cutting up, acting a fool. And that witness tampering is serious. And I don't know who said it, but he was already trying to be sympathetic to a future jury. This is too much. Sorry, guys. Witness tampering and direct evidence of Combs' violence. He has a lifetime history of violence. From when he hit the USC coach in the head with a kettlebell, putting his hands on women way back in 91, him and what's his name? Aaron Hall, R-ing a woman, allegedly videotaping it. What happened to Lori Ann when they were filming Making the Band, and she said he pushed her. Like, he's violent and he's menacing and he will threaten you. It's like the mob. Let me keep going. A serious risk of witness tampering and direct evidence of Combs' violence, pointing to the infamous 2016 video. That's another thing. This judge is great. I don't mean to convict an innocent man. I'm being honest with you. That's how I feel. I can't control my emotions. When I saw that Cassie tape, it's never going to leave my mind. Was it wrong for somebody we don't know who leaked it? Was the person trying to, get public sympathy first? Maybe all of that is true, but it was leaked. I cannot strike that from my memory. I just can't. Let me keep going. Pointing to the infamous 2016 video of Diddy putting his hands on Cassie, subsequent text messaging her. And that's another thing that I didn't learn until Friday is the text messages. She said she texted him and said, "You keep doing this to me." She was begging for him to stop. He probably had a lot of opportunities to stop putting his hands on women. Put his hands on Kim. Also, when I'm looking at this case, I'm looking at it as a mother, and I'm also hoping for justice for Kim Porter, because I've already made up my mind. I think he unalived Kim Porter, and I don't feel proud about judging an innocent man, innocent until proven guilty. But I'm not dumb, and when I heard about the second autopsy report and then the guy dying 4 days later, in my mind, Kim deserved better than that. And I feel bad for her children. And I know Perry said they're grown ass men. They were at the freak offs themselves. Yeah. But when you're a mother, you're a mother. And she wouldn't have wanted that for her boys. Diddy destroyed those boys. And when she was here, he wasn't acting like that with the boys. Now he's their buddy. They're sharing girlfriends like Lori Harvey, and they're all at the freak offs. He corrupted them. And Perry, tell me you feel a little sympathy for the boys, or are you still not there?
I'm not going to lie to you a day before Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
I mean, I just don't, right? But then, like something you just said a minute ago about judgment. You say, I can't help it. I just can't help but think this, right? Look, people make this judgment thing out is like so critical. You can't judge somebody. We make judgments all the damn time.
Yeah, but it's not right.
Well,
it's not right. If I judged you.
Okay. No, I'm going to say this. When you want to base it on this and that, we make judgments all the time. Yeah, it
And
could be the right judgment, it could be the wrong judgment, but we make judgments.
it's not right, Perry. It's not
For you
right.
to say, okay, for you to say you shouldn't make a judgment, you making a judgment by saying I shouldn't make a judgment.
I said I'm judging him and I'm dead ass wrong. I cannot help how I feel.
Okay,
I need
I'm
a
saying,
little more.
but
I
if
need a
somebody,
little more maturing.
right, I get you. But we would make judgments all the time, and sometimes it's required. Most of the time, it's required. When you pull up to a red light and it's yellow, you get to make a judgment on if you can get through the light on time or not. We make judgments all the time. Is it safe to go out at night behind this building when it's pitch dark? Judgment.
No,
Do
no, no,
you
no,
want
Perry.
anything? Huh?
There's a difference between a decision and a judgment.
No. Well, I ain't made no decision. We ain't heard the whole case yet. I'm making a judgment on what I've seen so far. Just like in a case, when you hear things, you're gonna bounce from the left to the right. Yeah, well, I'm starting to feel like this guy could have did this. When you hear his evidence, you might say, well, no, it might clear things up. I'm just simply saying, I'm not here to base my whole thing on whether it's right to make a judgment or not, because we all do it all the time. Life is just based on that. Making decisions is making a judgment. So,
And that's us. Some people can really withhold judgment and allow to think freely. And it sounds like this judge is one of them. I think he really thought it out, like somebody just told me a few minutes ago. I think he debated with himself. He knew what was going on. He knows his office is changing, and I think he really went with his heart.
mm-hmm.
He didn't make a rush judgment, and I like this judge. Let me see if I keep going. It says in the text included in the judge's decision, Cassie wrote to Diddy about her injuries, adding that he was sick for thinking it's okay to do what he had done. And let me tell you something. That man, every man on the planet knows it's wrong to put your hands on a woman. That's why they hide it.
Yep.
I don't know the details about Diddy's life, but I guarantee you there was times when he knew he should have stopped putting his hands on Cassie, and he made that decision not to. And she wasn't the only one. Remember Gina who? Whatever her last name was, the girl said he was beating her up. We know he broke Kim's nose. He was running around town acting like a damn pimp.
Mm-hmm.
He was hell on wheels. Don't want forgiveness now because you had a chance to change and you refused to change. Now, do I think that they're judging Diddy harshly because he's black and they did not think about the case law? That's a hard one. Because if I look at this case on paper, yeah, you let Jeffries out, Michael Jeffries. But Diddy just didn't need to be out, Perry. He just didn't need to be
Well, no,
out.
I mean, and I agree with that part. I feel like, hey, that just my personal feelings that, hey, you know what? Let him stand there. But at the same time, I just know America has been set up this way to where people get different treatment.
It's true. It's true.
Right there in New York, if he didn't have to do as much, like that's like saying, I took out one person, I need to go out on bail. He took out 10. See, he need to stay. Both of them should have stayed in. They got to come with these rules and make it fair. Now, if you're gonna let one out, let the other one out too. Make the rules, but make
Perry,
it fair.
sometimes things are on a case-by-case basis.
I get it, and most of the time it's case by case. On the minority side is different than the other side. But I understand what you're saying. Like, I'm just saying both of them could have stayed in there. And I'm not sitting here saying Diddy should have got out. I'm saying he shouldn't have. But I probably can almost say the same thing with the other guy. But I don't know that whole particular case, all that stuff. But
Oof, that's a lot. Thank you all for doing this live. Thank you, Bedspread. Happy holidays. Yes.
happy holidays.
Let me take a couple more and then let me finish reading this. The judge also cited evidence that Diddy violated rules about communication behind bars, including paying other inmates to use their phone access code numbers to make calls to people not on his approved contact list. Child, that's just so ridiculous. As we reported, Diddy was in federal court last week fighting to get out of prison on a $50 million bond after he was charged with racketeering, ex trafficking, and other serious offenses. A grand jury handed down an indictment as the music mogul was arrested in September after at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, and he has been incarcerated ever since. On Friday, Diddy appeared unshackled in a courtroom alongside his attorneys to make his appeal to be released on bail for the fourth time. As previous requests for bond were rejected by judges, even though Diddy not only put up his $50 million Miami mansion, $50 million as collateral, but also offered to be on house arrest with around the clock security and no contact with alleged victims or witnesses. I mean, he gave them the best plea that he can. And let me say this about this case. I was so frustrated in the beginning with the defense because they just came across as amateurs. But now that I look at it, when you don't really got a damn case and they're playing dirty, you know, writing the word legal on the paperwork and all that,
right?
What else are they left to do? So both sides came to play. So both sides are doing good. It says two judges separately concluded Diddy posed a threat to the community if released, and he was also denied bail after one of the judges raised concern about Diddy obstructing the ongoing federal investigation and interfering with witnesses. Worth noting, the judge does say if Diddy's trial preparations are hindered by his incarceration, then he can renew his bail appeal. Come on. Are you kidding me? You can renew it. Listen, this will be four times is the rule is 3 strikes you're out. I don't want to see any more asking for bail from the defense.
Look. Yeah, but I say this, Sherelle, on that statement, and I think what the judge is saying, while he was considering like possibly letting Diddy out, he was also hearing what the defense was saying, that he didn't have the proper stuff to defend himself. The judge did some things to make sure he had his laptops and those things so he can properly defend himself. So I guess he's saying that if that is hindered in the future, like say if they go and take his
right.
things away that he can't do it, then maybe he'll revisit it.
All right. With that being, go ahead.
I think he's trying to make it fair on both sides. I mean, fair and legal. Yeah.
This judge is great. I know he's new, but I'm loving him. Compare apples to apples. There was no argument presented that Jeffries committed witness tampering nor pow pow. Diddy is a threat. He's a huge threat. Felicia, thank you for giving me a super chat. You've been here covering this case with us. It's not over yet. Diddy still got more rules to break. Is a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, I hope everyone has a happy holiday. We probably won't come on tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe if something, hits Perry at the last minute, but I don't think so. Tomorrow I'm off, spending the day with my family. Perry, any last words?
Oh, no, I'm good. Everybody have a nice Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you guys later. Bye.